Hi guys, it's Izzy, and today I'm going to be showing you what's in my backpack. So as some of you know, I am a book girly. I love bookstores. I always found comfort in them. I remember specifically going to the Barnes & Nobles in the winter with my father and getting Starbucks and one of those chocolate chip cookies and just like reading the books in the bookstore and like making him buy me a ton of books. I don't know if you've seen, but on TikTok there's like, I'll try to find it again, there's a video and it like describes that aesthetic really well and it makes me like really nostalgic. I got this pumpkin color backpack at Barnes & Nobles. It was on sale. So let's start with the inside pocket. Actually, I want to show you this cool feature. So with the backpack, like, it has this like cushion because the original one just has this strip and it hurts like a bitch, but this is like very padded, so it's quite good actually. I wore this in the city and I didn't have any pain, so that's a good sign. I also put this like he they pin on. I got it from the doctor's office because my pronouns are he they. Okay, so let's get into the backpack. Okay, let me just move back so it's like my head isn't cut off. Okay, so to start, I have my beautiful laptop. This is the Mac. This size is perfect. So I didn't want a laptop that was humongous because I would be lugging that around on campus, but I didn't want one that was so small. So I'm going to put the dimensions of this laptop in the description box. So if you need a laptop for college, you can get this one because it's perfect. It has a lot of stickers on it. I have a video on like putting my NYU stickers on here and I talk all about the stickers, so you can watch that. But yeah, I'm not going to NYU anymore and I can make a separate video about that. But essentially, like, it's really expensive. I wouldn't have housing. It would take me 6 hours a week to commute and it just was really scary for me, but I'm still here. I'm still making videos, right? Because I enjoy it, so yeah. But this is my laptop. I do all my editing on here. I really want to invest and get like a big computer, you know, like the big Macs, because they have payment plans which make it more affordable. So I might like save up my money from Christmas and my birthday because they're around at the same time and just like put it all into a computer, but we'll see. So we don't know. The next thing I have is this book. It's called Pony Boy. It's about a transmasc person who lives in Paris, and I believe he's polyamorous. I'm not really 100% sure because I just started it, but he's like trans and he's around trans people in Paris, and it's just about his life. That's all I really know. Yeah, and the author is trans. It says that he is he's the founder of a queer collective, so that's pretty good to know, you know, because if you don't remember, like, I'll also maybe make a video about the queer books I've read, but there's a book called Luna, which is like my favorite, and that was like one of the first books I read. It's told from the sister's point of view, but it's really good. And it's like done, it's well done, you know, and this book is kind of, in my eyes, is like next to Luna because this is actually written by a trans person and it's like not written in that like weird, like fetishy way that some, or just like, it's not written in a weird way, it's written in like a very real way. It's a trans person talking about being trans, you know, and it's like, they don't just sit there and go like, oh, my gender is this. Like, the person is living in the book and they're like doing things, and that's how you see their transness. Like, you're not being like spoon fed, you know, certain things. Like, you're seeing the person experience their life. The second book I have in here is Who's Afraid of Gender by Judith Butler. Judith Butler is like the person to read if you're into queer and trans studies. Like, they are the person. Because they are non-binary and they write a lot of books about gender and like gender and queer theory. For me, I'm not really a theory girly. Like, it's I used to want to study philosophy and like theory, but when I did it, I was like, this is really fucking hard. And like, why do we have to sit around and like theorize gender when we can just experience? Sorry, camera died. Sorry. So basically, like, yeah, why do we need to theorize gender? I mean, I think it's important to think about gender and like where it comes from, and you know, sharing. Like, I think it's a love language when people explain, not explain, but when they like explore their gender with each other. Like, that's what I love about being T for T, is like, right, me and the guy that I like are both transmasc, but our gender isn't like we don't have the same feelings and experiences about everything. So I think like engaging in theory is a good thing. I think it's positive because we're like using our thinking skills and like thinking in depthly about gender and queerness. But I think like sometimes you just want to read a book about two guys who love each other and like call it a day. And that's why like Heartstopper, like, even though, you know, some people might think it's like weird that the person who wrote it is like a femme presenting, I don't know what their gender is, but femme presenting person, and it's like Heartstopper did a lot for me. Like, sitting and reading Heartstopper comics and like watching the film had such an effect on me. Like, it showed me what kind of man I deserve, and the man that I'm seeing now treats me that way 100%. Like, I never feel bad about who I am or scared that he's gonna leave or, you know, acting out because of my BPD. Like, I feel safe and secure, so there's like no issue. But yeah, going back to Judith Butler, I just think that I just started this book as well, and I did read some quotes in a different book, but just to give you an idea of what Judith Butler writes about, they write like here. Gender is also sometimes regarded as a totalitarian threat or the work of the devil, and thus cast as the most destructive force in the world, a contemporary and dangerous rival to God that must be countered or destroyed at all costs. So, see, they're talking about gender in a way of like, what is gender? How does it function in society? And like them writing about how gender is seen as this threat, right, to society is important, because we should know that, so that way when we are engaging with trans people, you know, I mean, obviously everybody knows that everyone hates trans people right now, but it's like, when you get down to it, like they say here, like on the right, however, the list of fears is different. There are challenges to patriarchal power and social structures within the state. So they're saying that like the right is so concerned about protecting like the state and like the patriarchy and all these like systems that are harming us, and gender is going to free us from that, right? Like transness and expansive gender. So for somebody who has never read queer or trans studies, like ever engaged with that, I would recommend this book, Who's Afraid of Gender, as the first book maybe that you read, because it is very easy to understand and digestible, because some of their work is very heavy and dense. But yeah, that's the second book that's in here. So I always read two books at the same time, because I have a book that's like a fun book, and then I have a book that's like serious. So when I was in undergrad, I would be reading so many books at once, it was insane. But I would always split my day with like serious book and then like fun book. So I would do the serious book first and the fun book later, because like my mind would be, you know, all over the place. Okay, the next thing I have is this really cute planner. Typically, so I used to be a stationery girly in high school, and I loved Mausery, it's called, which I'll put them down below. So I'm thinking of getting a planner from them. I'm not really sure yet, because it's like I need a planner to plan my YouTube videos and to plan like when I'm going to work and things like that. But I don't have like homework, you know. I want to give myself homework because I want to like always be learning, but I don't want to spend like $30 on a planner when like I'm not in school, you know. This planner was from Target, so it wasn't that expensive. And I can just like show you, I'm not doing like a planner tour, I'm just gonna show you that like these are the pages. And like this is a calendar. So I like the planner because it has the calendar and it has this built in, which is really good. And I love the color and like the design. So this, yeah, I'm just gonna be using this. And it's very empty. Like, I'll show you, it's very empty. See? Like, empty, empty. But I always keep a planner because I like to organize with both digital and paper. And I really like to have both because I use them for different things, which that's a separate video, but I can show you how I do that, or how I did it in college. Next up are these pens. So these are from Muji. I adore Muji. I think it's amazing. I specifically went to Muji because so for me, it was very hard to be neat growing up. Like, I had very messy handwriting and I had to have someone like work with me. So using stationery that I enjoy helps my handwriting because I want it to look pretty, and then helps me read my notes, you know? So I think it's like a positive thing. Because my dad is always like, why do you need all this stationery? But it's like, I need the stationery because, one, it makes school enjoyable, which is a big plus. You know, you're sitting in high school for 8, let me think. 6 hours, 7 hours more a day. So having stationery that you enjoy makes it a lot better. So I love my Muji pens and I take them everywhere with me. I used to have a pencil case, a Muji one, and it got thrown out. So I have to get a new pencil case, but that's why they're in here, because I don't have a pencil case right now. Then I have these Post-its because when I'm reading, I like to write in the margins like little thoughts, but if I have like a larger thought that I want to expand on, I have Post-its so I can like expand on the notes. Then I have this fidget toy. It's my favorite because it's purple, which is my favorite color, and it like, you know, you can just like play with it and it's very fun. Then next up I have my my hard drive. It has everything on here. All my films, all my YouTube videos, everything. So this is golden. Then I have these sunglasses. These are more like summer sunglasses, I think. But I got them from Awoke Vintage, my favorite vintage store. I don't know, you can tell me, does this look good? Got these from Awoke Vintage. It's my favorite vintage store. So yeah, these are what they look like. Thankfully, we're almost done. I feel like I'm doing like the Sabrina Carpenter house tour, you know, the song, where it's like, my house is a pretty girl avenue, my house. That song. I feel like that's what this video is. Okay, so in here, I have my earbuds. And then I have a purple highlighter because purple is my favorite color. And then, okay, I have this list. I don't know if he watches my videos, but this guy that I was briefly seeing gave me this list of like LGBTQ films. So I've been watching them. Yeah. I keep like, whenever like somebody leaves me, I always keep whatever they give me because it's a sign that they still love me, and I'm like, not that they still love me, but it's a sign that they used to love me, or like used to like me and be around me. So I save like everything, so I'm like, it's proof, like this person liked me at one point in our lives. And it also is just nice to know like I'm capable of being loved. Like, even though I'm hard to love, I'm still capable. Like, other people are capable of loving me, you know? That's why I keep like shit like this, because I'm like, it's proof that people like me at some point. Okay, now you guys are gonna die when you hear this. So I've bought a bunch of clear lip glosses. I'll do a separate video where I try them on. But I have 5 lip things because I really want that like glossy look. And I got this one, the NYX one, the NYX, and it just like wasn't showing up on my lips. Like when I would talk to people, like no one could tell that I was wearing it. The brown one I haven't tried yet. And then I got this MAC clear lipstick. You cannot see it either. This was like 20 bucks for this fucking thing. Then I got this one called Fresh Kiss because I was at like a store and they had it. And it's like pretty okay. But then my ex stepsister works at MAC and she loves MAC. So I said I really want something that's really glossy. So I'm gonna put this one on so you guys can see. And then if you want to see the other ones, just let me know and I'll make a separate video. Because I don't want to like take up your time. Like it's already been like 10 minutes of me yapping. It's like, girl, shut up. And the only people who can call me girl are the gays and the theys. Okay? There should be no cis women calling me a girl. Okay? Thank you. Alright, so let me put this on. Because I want to show you guys. Oh my god, stop. That's to die for. Look at how glossy that is. It's a pretty girl avenue. My house. I love being a girly boy. I have so much fun. Ow, this is hurting me. So the good news is that MAC Lip Glass, it's called, does wonders for your lips. And when you put it on, it's so smooth and like beautiful. Because when I wear lipstick usually, it makes me like want to rip my skin off because I'm autistic. And it makes me want to rip my freaking skin off. But this one is so buttery soft. It's so beautiful. I could make a whole video trying on all my lipsticks, my lip glosses next time. But thank you for hanging out with me. I'm going to make a fall favorites video soon. And I'm going to do some other things. So, my pumpkin backpack and I, we say goodbye. Bye guys. See you in the next video. Mwah.